Okay, so you've been working on this for a while. I understand. This is probably has a sophisticated amount of developers with some keen thinking on how to please the Resident Evil fans. So, what do you have?
We'd like to introduce to you the new Resident Evil 2 remake that will be out soon. And what have we been half-assing? I mean, working on the last 3 years?
Well, let us show you!
Wow! Look at that first-person view! Because this is only going to be the only view that you're going to experience in the Resident Evil 2 remake, because that's what the fanboys want, and us Capcom want, and not the nostalgic, real Resident Evil fans want.
So deal with it! But wait! There's more!
Wait, there's more of this? So what else are you doing besides, whatever the hell you're doing with the Resident Evil 2 remake?
Instead, you can do something better, like this!
Oh yeah, Liquor, you making me so horny right now. How about you come down here and lick my nuts?
We are Capcom, so remember, if you don't like it, we do it!
This is your fault. You know that, right? Listen, I love you. I probably cherish you for about not as many years I probably cherish the other Resident Evil games, but come on, why you gotta do us like that, man? Why? I thought we had something special. Oh well.
Resident Evil 2.
So how'd you like that terrible skit, huh? I mean, it's something. You notice me standing here and, you know, talking about it as opposed to sitting down in my chair. But I'm not I'm sorry if that made you cringe. I'm not traditionally trained in the arts of the theater, nor am I an actor. So maybe I gave it whatever I could. I was just like, whatever. It just came to my head during work today, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just do it, because I can. Hello, I am PSYLOD, and Resident Evil 2, the remake of Resident Evil 2 anyway, has been slightly concerning me as to how it's supposed to turn out and how it's supposed to come to full fruition as time goes on with this development that I hope that I hope is still occurring. I hope so. So I just wanted to try and clear out some thoughts that have been stirring up regarding the Resident Evil 2 remake. So just a few things that I just want to talk about is, do we need the Resident Evil 2 remake, first of all? And secondly, what does the Resident Evil 2 remake really require for its massive success for both the new audience coming in to enjoy and discover what Resident Evil 2 was back in '98, and also the nostalgic fans that are also coming back to Resident Evil 2 to re-experience Resident Evil 2 again as a remake. So I just want to look at the Resident Evil 2 remake with this sort of mindset. The Resident Evil 2 remake, whether you like it or not, is not going to be the same Resident Evil 2 that was released back in the 90s. That Resident Evil 2 has its own identity, and the Resident Evil 2 remake that's going to come hopefully soon, it will mark itself as its own identity separate from the original Resident Evil 2. At the same time, we do want the Resident Evil 2 remake to reach its highest point of potential possible to meet those requirements for both old and new. Okay, so the obvious. The Resident Evil 2 remake is supposed to bring in some profit. Obviously. But really, I hope that profit isn't going to be the only thing that Capcom's just going to reach in and just pull out from the consumers willing to purchase the game. And the reason I ask for, with the concern of the Resident Evil fans, do we really need this remake? I mean, we basically gotten iterations in the past of remaking Resident Evil 2. Or maybe, perhaps, Resident Evil 2, the reason why we want this remake to have happened in the first place. I've heard people yelling from the rooftops over and over and over again ever since the Resident Evil 1 remake dropped in 2002. Well, I wasn't around, but I remember before they made that video in 2015, people were like, Resident Evil 2 remake, we need to make a Resident Evil 2 remake now. Now, Capcom, immediately, make it. And then Capcom responds, I'm like, yeah, let's just make Resident Evil 2. And here's the thing as well, we need some kind of trailer or something to get us all hungry for this Resident Evil 2 remake. Like Final Fantasy VII had their thing going on, even though we don't know what's going on with that remake. Other projects like Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, they've been shown to have released their teaser trailers they've had their teaser trailers shown at specific events like E3 and PlayStation Experience, etc. Now, the absence of the Resident Evil 2 remake is somewhat alarming, considering 3 years ago they announced this remake. Where is the trailer? We need something to cling on to. And yes, I understand. These guys acknowledge Resident Evil 2 finally, after running around in the dirt for so long. They finally acknowledge it with by celebrating by eating cake. That's cool and all. I can see that some devs over there at Capcom may be passionate for this game, as some of the other fanboys and even ex-Capcom developers like Hideki Kamiya have even expressed their passion regarding Resident Evil 2. But now the ones besides the devs and insider information, and no, I'm not just for future reference. I see that people before have wanted to send me links regarding Resident Evil 2, but I don't really want to cover leaks because I can't guarantee. I don't want that information to go out there and let's say the video just spontaneously combusts with views and people telling me, oh, this is fake news, etc. No, I don't want to cover falsely formulated information provided by users that really can't be verified. And while I'm on the topic of ex-devs from Capcom, I've brought up Allison Cord already. Like, that issue has been covered multiple times as well. Even I understand she wanted to see how this remake was to be brought to the new generation for the fans and for anyone else interested in seeing Resident Evil 2 remake. What is that? I'm very curious now. And that could be another fan, hopefully, coming in to buy more games in the future, because if it leaves a good impression for new fans, then maybe they'll buy more games in the future. Just saying. But again, like with nostalgic fans and Allison Cord and the incident with the non-union thing, it's just somewhat unfortunate that some of the passion, expressed by Allison, for example, isn't exactly recognized because of some profits. The thing I'm worried about is passion being overwritten by money. And speaking of money, I hope in the Resident Evil 2 remake that when we get it, that it's not going to have any sort of packages where we have Resident Evil 2, which is the remake, and then campaigns and stuff both locked behind DLC. Because okay, so let's say you're playing Leon A, Claire A, and then in order to get the other two scenarios, Leon B, Claire B, you need to buy some sort of expansion pack for $8. That should have been obtained anyway by completing the main game already. So it's like, because Resident Evil 2 basically said, okay, you got this, you beat the game once, you can go through it again, except you can fight new bosses, obtain new items, and see a different perspective on the Resident Evil 2 story. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this new kind of video format, like me standing up and rambling on about my points. Does feel a little bit better as opposed to sitting down at my desk over here, but it's a good pace and change. So as always, thank you everyone for watching. This has been PSYLOD, and I'll see you in any other future video I release. So take care, and goodbye. Oh, so there's more to this then? So what else are you doing to the remake besides not keeping it to... Fuck. Oh, so there's more to this then? So what else are you doing besides the... Fuck.